Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. Welcome to the reading for September 19th through the 25th. We have a lot happening this week. So we're going to cover what the moon is doing. We have a new moon coming up at the end of the week. We also have the change of seasons. Ooh, wow, okay. So it looks like, oh my goodness, Cancer. All right, so we start off this week with the moon in your sign, and I'm actually going to pull cards for the moon as it moves its way through, and then for that new moon. But you guys, there is a fear. There is a fear that feels like it's holding you in place, in action that's happening based around fear. Okay. Based around fear, but I think you defeat that this week, which is good news. Okay, so here we have overall energy of the Hermit. So this is the devil here, the key to the situation. The outcome cards are great, so hang in there with me. Let's work our way through this week and see how we can defeat the devil, right? We want to defeat the devil. So with the Hermit card, we have this owl that's sitting on top and the star. And so this is a time of introspection. Cancer, you had a really rough summer, right? Lots of things got stirred up. It's like someone took I felt, okay, all the Cancer placements I have, I felt like I was in a snow globe, and how everything all settles to the bottom, and you can see through there. And then someone turned it up and they shook it, only it wasn't snow. It was just grimy and gunky, and all the stuff just swirled up. It was really nasty, and it wouldn't just settle out. I actually had to filter out stuff. I had to release things and let it go. And the devil here says that maybe you didn't get everything out yet, and that's okay, because there was a lot that got stirred up, so we work our way through it. So some of what may have come up when we have the devil, that is about feelings of inadequacy, insecurity, fears. This is the stuff where we will let what other people say and do and think about us control us. And there's a time, I don't like this at all, that the devil represents Capricorn. Okay, I actually think the Emperor does. That's my personal opinion. That being said, the Emperor, even in reverse, takes on the qualities of the control freak, of all the difficult energies that would be the devil. And so you are, as a Cancer, supposed to, the hummingbirds are outside right now, it's so cool. You're supposed to reach across, felt like validation, reach across the zodiac and balance things out. And so when you have compassion for yourself, when you love yourself, when you take care of yourself, when you're in the higher vibrational energy of the hummingbird, when you lift your vibrational energy up and you don't allow yourself to sit in the lower vibrational energy, that is when the chains fall away, when the stuff gets filtered out. And so this is a time, the key to the situation is doing a little bit more. What I do love about this devil is that it's done, it's over, it's the bones. So there's a situation that has been cleansed. I just heard bleached, and yes, they get bleached out in the sun, right? When they're sitting out there in the desert. The desert, doesn't have any emotional energy, right? There's no water. And so the sun beats down and it dries it up, and it has lost its power. And so the more light you shine on it, the more heat you shine on it, the less emotional energy you give to it. The emotional energy feeds the emotional storm. And so when you release things and let them go and you don't think about them. When I was at college, we had an entity in the dorm that was very disruptive and of a supernatural energy. And so I went to the Catholic priest, and I thought he was going to, tell me I was crazy. But what he said was such great advice in life. He said, don't give it energy. Don't talk to it. Don't think about it. Don't spend your time on it. When it comes around, change your mind, change your attitude, walk away, do something else, because it feeds off of your energy. Whatever this is, it feeds off of the energy you give it, so don't give it any energy. Look for the light within, and don't worry about what other people say. You have such great cards if you're willing to do this. You transform this situation by setting yourself free. Here, the difficulty has been the Ten of Swords. Is this feeling like you've been attacked? You know, I actually, this is the Naked Heart Tarot, and they ask these little questions, and this Ten of Swords came up recently, and I want to just read the question because it's amazing. It says here, when you heal yourself, your stories will change. When you heal yourself, your stories will change, and that's been the difficulty. The difficulty has been giving your power away to someone else. Take your power back. Take your power back. Rewrite your own story. And so here we've got this rose that's surrounded by all these swords, the Eight of Swords, and it's not allowed to bloom. It's not allowed to set itself free as long as it lets, if you think about the swords as the stories, the things, the people say, holding you and not allowing you to fully unfold and become who you fully are. And so write your own story, be who you are. Because here you've been thinking about, how do I get this new beginning, the Fool card, the Unicorn, how do I get to go out and be who I am individually? And in the heart space, the thing that's been really difficult is the Queen of Cups energy. It's this energy of being able to tap into your own emotional energy for your benefit as opposed to feeding the devil. So can you be compassionate and kind and loving and say good things about yourself? Because when we love ourselves first and foremost, and that's not narcissistic, it's not. Self-love is the wellspring from which love and compassion for the world springs forward. And so this is about recognizing in you the beauty of who you are and then reflecting it out into the world and allowing others to be nurtured by it. But instead of giving all of your energy away to other people, you start with yourself, because then it's a continual flow of energy. And we reflect out into the world what is reflected back to us. And so we love ourselves first. And so you're being asked to see that you are not all the crap everybody says about you. You're a beautiful rose. And I don't think it's wrong to have a couple of thorns that keep the safe, healthy boundaries around yourself, like this hard shell of the Hermit that protects the light within. Because what comes next is beautiful. The action you have the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles asks you to identify what makes you feel completely and totally abundant. In the area of abundance and resources, you have the Two of Pentacles. And so there's a balancing act. If you notice, this elephant is balancing the pentacle. And in the heart space, we have an Ace of Pentacles. It's picking that one pentacle. And it's being balanced. But look, it's surrounded by its antlers. And this is its connection to spirit. And see how big it is? And on an elephant, the tusk is also how the elephant connects in with spirit. It's like an antenna. There are these two competing things going on. One is green and one is red. The green one, to me, signifies the healing in the heart space. The red one is feeling safe and secure. These are all your needs being met, much like the red on this rose. It's the root chakra. Are all your needs being met? And there's a need to keep that in balance. Can you take care of yourself emotionally and financially? Keeping it in balance. It's the give and take. There's some balance here. And in the heart space, when you have a pentacle showing up, this is your opportunity to really focus on the thing that allows you to create the balance. And then your outgoing card here is the Eight of Pentacles. It's the beaver. Again, see how big that pentacle is that he's working on? It's very, very large. Okay? That's self-mastery. But here's the thing. What is self-mastery? Self-mastery is when you show up every day. It's consistent and persistent. Across the zodiac, that sign is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn says show up, be consistent, be persistent. And so when you do that, you're going to build what you need. You're going to be able to be emotionally. Beavers live in the water, right? but they work on the land and they build these huge dams, right? Huge. Beavers in the woods where I grew up, there was like a 300-foot long dam. And then one winter they moved it upstream. Like I went out in the spring, I'm like, where did it go? So they work, they're consistent, persistent, but they're in their emotional waters and they're doing the work because they love the work. And in this case, it looks like some of the work that needs to be done is the work of loving yourself and being kind and compassionate toward yourself and understanding your value. And that the light within you, that's who you really are. That's who you really are. You are light and you are love and you're in a human form, but you are love and you are light. Wow, you have a lot of cards here. Okay, so this new moon that is happening, and you are ruled by the moon. And so it's really great practice for people with strong Cancer energies, everybody in general, but especially if you have strong Cancer energies, to work with the moon. And so that new moon is a new opportunity for you. And it happens at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, U.S. It's at 3 degrees. It's actually 2:49, 2 degrees for 49 minutes. But the thing is that 5-5. That is the number of two kinds of changes. Two things that need to change to be brought into balance, but 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 is a 1. It's a new beginning. It's a new opportunity. You have change direction with ease. This is a time for change, shape-shifting, or your soul's evolution is time to reconsider what you are wanting. You might be in for a surprise. And then you have amble with contentment and leaping through the air. Leaping through the air. Okay. Oh, and you have another one here. Wow. Okay. Yep. It's the setting up the parameters. That's the thorns. That's the safety boundaries that allows this to just go away, to bleach out, to not matter anymore. The key to success is going to be releasing yourself from the grip of the devil. Assess your relationships and determine how they align with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. That's what this week is about. That's what this energy is. And that moon is in your sign on Monday and Tuesday when you are a really great opportunity to work through this. Amble with contentment means to move toward what brings in the joy, what brings in the happiness, and leaping through the air. A plan you've made is on track. And if you're waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you're contemplating. Show up for yourself. Be consistent. Be persistent. So if what the devil is your own fear that you aren't good enough to do whatever this project is, and you have been putting it off, it is time to focus on it and move toward it. If it is a relationship situation where you need to just, and this could be friends, family, whatever, significant other, it feels like a group. Honestly, when there's 10 swords, it doesn't feel like one person. It feels like multiple things. Okay, so whatever this situation that's making you doubt yourself, you're being asked to not doubt yourself, to trust that you have everything you need and you can do this. But there needs to be some boundaries. Not letting other people have so much influence on what you are thinking and doing. Remember what I said? You are a being of light and love in a human form. That's what this says. So when that moon moves into Leo on Wednesday and Thursday, this is a time to really expand your heart and remember who you are. I am a radiant reflection of God's light. I am a radiant reflection of God's light. And if anyone doesn't see that, that's their problem. What's important is that you see that. You see that in you. If you see the light in you, you will be just fine. You will. And it's not always easy because other people, what they say can really be very wounding. I get that. So Thursday, we actually have the fall equinox. It happens at 9:03 p.m. Eastern time zone here in the U.S. And then a minute later, the sun moves into Libra, and Libra is all about finding the balance. It's all about figuring that out. And so, look at this. Look at this. You're going to get very busy. Okay, so that moon moves into Virgo on Friday, and I think it really, as you're starting to plan toward what you're going to do with this new moon and how you're going to activate this, we have the moon moving into Virgo while Mercury in retrogrades back into it, and Venus is already there. And these planets, these personal plans are all saying, focus on what you want, reorganize, edit, reconstruct your life, like the beaver's moving the dam, right? How can you show up for yourself all the time and be very busy about it? You've got the 9 of Bottom, the 9 of Pentacles. That's independence. That's success. It says reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. Very much this Hermit energy, trusting and believing in yourself because you're going to get very busy. With the 8 of Spring showing up here, stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, and sudden events or changes. And I think the change comes from within when you focus on what you want to do outside of you, building a business, career opportunity. A lot of Pentacles. It has to do with safety and security in a financial realm and believing and trusting in yourself. I think this is a week where you really figure out things that you're good at and you're willing to go after them and do them and not let other people distract you or hold you back. So you have the celebration card coming out for that new moon. So when that moon moves into Libra on Sunday, you have the card of celebration. I want you to celebrate how far you've come and where you're going. A positive outcome is assured. It is assured if you show up for yourself. You've got to do the work. It's not going to happen by magic. Well, it does because you're the magic. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success and enjoy your achievements. You have here patience, visualization, and strength. This tells me it's going to take some time to get there. Especially when you have the beaver. It takes time. You're going to have to be consistent and persistent. And if you commit to yourself and your goals and your dreams, you have an opportunity here to celebrate success. But you have to show up for yourself. So pick you. Put yourself first and go for it. All right, Cancer. I am on Facebook every day. We follow the moon and we pull cards that it's a little bit different readings over there. So come check that out. I'd love to have you there. And I do a live chat with the premiere video that comes out for the collective on Sunday nights at 7:30 Eastern time zone. Would love to have you come and chat along with us. It's a fun little community, and what we say there, the chat disappears, and so it's just really kind of some fun private time for us. And so I would love to see you there. All right, you guys take good care. Figure out what you want to do, and then start doing it. You got this. I'll talk to you soon.